how to validate ourselves, how to stop seeking external validations. This is a topic that many of us struggle with, and today we are going to discuss it. It has been so inspiring to do this series about real self confidence, deep self confidence, and we cannot talk about confidence without talking about self validation. How to validate ourselves, how to stop seeking validation from other people, especially when they are people who we love and admire and respect, right? So, how to stop this and rely more on ourselves? Well, first of all, it's totally normal to seek a healthy degree of validation from outside, from others, right? But it is problematic when we let our self-worth and our self-esteem depend on what other people think about us. So this is why it's crucial to develop internal validation in order to be the person that has control over our self-esteem and our self-worth. All right, why do we seek external validation? It can be because we need to be loved for who we are, right? Everybody wants to be loved and accepted for who they are. So constantly we can be seeking that validation, that approval from other people to tell us, yes, we love you. Actually, it is more wise to rely on ourselves, to give ourselves that self-love, right? Because we are the person that is always with us 24 hours a day. We are the voice that we will hear in our own head 24 hours a day. The self-criticism or the self-validation, it all depends on us. If we choose to empower ourselves in order to have more, I don't want to say positive self-talk, but to have a healthy self-talk, because even the criticizing thought can be helpful sometimes, right? It is the doses that we use that can be too much if we only self-criticize, but sometimes it is useful to see if what we are expecting from ourselves, from others, from life is realistic enough for us to not go into depression, into anger and aggression, because what we want is not realistic at all. All right, so how do we stop this self-criticism, and how do we increase the self-validation? Is really by developing our deep inner confidence, like I said in this video, all about developing and gaining self-trust and deep self-confidence, right? And we are going to try to amplify, to train ourselves to amplify our inner voice, because when we do so, we know at a deeper level what we really want from life, right? Our values, our goals, they are aligned with us. They are not values and goals just to please other people, just to seek the validation of other people, but they are really coming from within, from our higher self, from our soul. It's our soul desire and not the world's desire for us. You see, when in life you follow the desire of other people for you, your parents, your family, your friends, you might get successful at that endeavor, right? But you will lack some internal fulfillment, because at the beginning, to begin with, it was not yours to pursue. The difference when you follow a purpose that is deep, that is a desire from your soul, is that in the process of fulfilling that purpose, you really feel the fulfillment. You embrace both the support and the challenge in the pursuit of that goal, and you don't only rely on the fantasy that is supposed to be easy only, and when it's not easy you have to run to other people to say, why is it not easy, please come and help me, right? Because sometimes the validation that we seek from others is either to say, oh, did you see my success? Did you see it? Or it's like, oh, I'm not successful, but can you help me? Can you help me? Right? And by understanding that everything that you choose to follow is going to bring its own share of support and challenges, lets you go after what you really want with a sense of, okay, I really would love to pursue this, and I understand that on the way there will be support and there will be challenges, and I'm willing to embrace everything, to embrace both, and to use the failures as a feedback to see what I can ameliorate, and to use the successes as a way to say, okay, I have a milestone that I've achieved, and now there is another milestone. And also to have the wisdom to stand into your successes, into your milestones, and to really be present and have gratitude for the progress that you are making. And talking about the goals that we have, it's better to focus on the input goal, because when we are focused on the output goal, for example, it can be in social media, or it can be wanting compliments from others. If we get addicted to compliment, that is how the rejection will be also so hurtful. So if we train ourselves not to get addicted neither to praise nor to criticism, but to take both with equanimity, then it is wiser, because we will then be at equanimity regardless of if we are praised or if we are criticized. So we won't seek the external validation, because we are at an equanimity state, a balanced state, where we understand that the criticism or the praise, they are just illusions, right? The state of equanimity is the reality, because in any state there will always be someone who is criticizing you, and in other case someone who is praising you. It might be yourself or it might be others. So when we choose to direct it internally, it's internal validation. When we direct it outward, it's external validation. It can be praise or criticism, right? That validation. Okay, so those are the points that I want to give you today concerning how to validate yourself. So work from the inside out. Watching this video also about real self-confidence, to see the actions that you can do in order to cultivate, to gain, to develop that real self-confidence from within. And that other video about the self-trust, right? Developing the self-trust and a deep self-confidence by amplifying your inner voice. Because when you do so and you focus on the input goals, you compare your daily actions with your vision, with your mission in life. You don't compare yourself to other people on social media. Remember that people on social media are showing the best version of their life. It's not the real life. It is a embellished version of their life, a beautified version of their life, right? And if you take that version of their life to compare to your worth, right, it's not fair. If you knew how their authentic life is, maybe you wouldn't even want to trade with them. Okay, so comparison, if it's in social media or in real life, you don't need to compare yourself to others. And if you find yourself comparing yourself to others, remind yourself that you are in your circumstances, and if in your circumstances you are doing the best that you can do, this is more than enough, right? And you are having within you everything that you need to achieve what you want to achieve in this life. So this is how you really get away from seeking validation from others and from relying more on yourself. Again, if you need some strategic advice or some real advice from other people, this is totally fine, right? But only relying on others, not trusting yourself to take decisions, this is where it's too much. And this is where you can use the tips that I just shared with you to cultivate that internal validation, right? And to stop seeking only external validation. When the voice on the inside gets louder than the voice on the outside, you started master your life, like Dr. John DeMartini said in the movie The Secret. I really loved that. It was really inspiring for me to hear that. Share with me in the comment the action step that you are going to take in order to rely more on your own validation and less on other people's validation. Thank you for listening. Until next time. Thank you for watching. And until next time, stay inspired. Oh, also stay tuned for my upcoming course, because there we are going to go even deeper on the inner work that you can do in order to develop self-trust, in order to become that higher version of yourself that relies on herself, and that also collaborate with other people in order to stand on their shoulders and not in their shadows. Well, the people that you admire and that you love, it's okay to seek some validation from them, a healthy doses, right? Ask your questions and get their feedback. It's beautiful. It's why we are all on this planet, right? To exchange and to grow together. And when it's too much, when we rely only on them, then we lower our self-worth and our self-esteem. So in my course, the new you is really about activating that higher version of yourself that is more self-reliant and that is more going and attracting, going after the life that she wants, and also attracting everything that she wants in order to glow, in order to flow, in order to have fun and ease in the realization, the materialization of all her deep desire, her soul desire, her heart desire. Okay, so once again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay inspired. Bye.